A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. This collective message is for all those people who have suffered at the hands of narcissistic abuse from the society, from education system, or from their upbringing, their caregivers, and it has taken them a while to actually come to terms with it and to be able to work on it in order to release it. But some of these people that I'm channeling today, I'm being shown that they have not only gone through this pain for a long time, but they've gone through this abuse from various different people. I'm also being shown the reason why they met you, the reason they made you suffer so much, and then the reason why they meet the karmic, and then they get tortured, abused by the karmics or karmic, one karmic or more than one. And all this in turn, there is a process that is happening. And I will explain this whole process to you step by step in this channeling. And why these people who made you suffer, why you played such an integral part in their life, and why now if they are suffering, what is the relevance of it? This is the world of inner work. So if you're here right now, you called yourself to this content. This is a channel page and you're using me as a tool to go through something that you yourself are a match to, but you needed a medium to do so. The intention of this channeling is to create a profound epiphany that can take you onto the path of a quantum leap. But everyone who's present here needs to understand that to bring a change in your life, you need to take responsibility for your own life and for your own inner work. A channeler can give you the message, a medium can speak to you, a healer can work with you, a spiritualist therapist can give you sessions, hold your hand, but the inner work has to be done by you because you are the observer of your own reality. When these people met you or when they were making you go through all the pain, at that point in time their narcissistic energies were very high. They obviously liked you and at that point in time they wanted you. So initially or in the long term also, they may have tried to woo you, they may have impressed you, because narcissistic people are also very goal oriented. If they like something or if they want to do something, if they want something which is materialistic in nature, then they will work very hard for it and they will make sure that they possess it. That is how they function. But they are only attracted towards materialistic things. Their attraction or their feeling of wanting, desiring is very much related to what they like to see from these two dual eyes, the physical eyes. So undoubtedly, a lot of people who are in the ascension journey, and they can relate with any label. They can be starseed, they can be starseed Twinflame, they can be Twinflame, they can be light workers. There are various subcategories also. So in general, these people have more empathy than others because they have gone through more pain and suffering than others. And maybe they went through the experience of pain and suffering in childhood only, or they started going through it at an age where usually other people are busy doing other things, playing games or just finishing homework, but they had to deal with a lot of things. So their empathy quotient increased, and in some cases it became excessive, because excess or extreme of even empathy is not good. Excess of empathy is called sympathy. So some of these people got too sympathized with many people who would just cry crocodile tears or just say things, oh, I'm in pain, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I need your help, I need somebody to help me. Even if they're directly not asking for your help, you will go and help them out. And in cases where they actually ask for your help, that time you would be all theirs. And sometimes people like this, the empathetic people I'm talking about, or the ones who have sympathy factor in them, they are also attracted to those people who do this drama a lot. because they are very well trained. They know what will be the right type of person to catch hold of. Okay, so this is a big difference between a materialistic person and a spiritual person. Usually when anyone works hard for a materialistic object and they achieve it and they get it, then after a while they get bored with it. It is no longer that attractive for them. Many of these ascensioners, I have personally spoken to them. They all look very beautiful. They are very attractive. Physically also they are very attractive. Even though some of them may or may not realize it. They don't give it so much importance. They feel like anyone who likes them or loves them should look into their heart, should look into their soul, should be able to look into their eyes and speak the truth. They are more attracted towards honesty and beauty, loyalty, in more innermost ways. And sometimes they have personally told me, and I know this happens by practical experience, the people they end up entering into these type of intense relationship may not be that physically attractive, or they may not be what they have been attracted to. In many cases that could also be the case. But when you fall in love with someone, you fall in love. You just fall. So in this channeling session, I'm being told that these people actually put you through so much pain and so much anxiety and so much depression and so much sadness and so many feelings which were not very healthy or which were very painful. Let's say they were healthy, because after a point, if those feelings took you towards inner work, if those feelings took you towards ascension, if those feelings took you towards joy, if those feelings took you towards self-discovery, if those feelings made you independent, if those feelings gave you peace, if those feelings turned you into a person who studies metaphysics, indigenous metaphysics, is a wild child, loves nature, is mission oriented, gets energy from the 6 elements, then these people who emotionally abused you, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, in many ways they abused you, it all turned out to be good in your favor. And whatever energy you give to the universe, it comes back to you. Whatever you put in the universe, it comes back to you, they say. So when they put this energy towards you of abusing you, giving you pain, giving you all this emotional torture, making you go through hell, they were putting something out in the universe unknowingly. And that was the process of ascension. Now I am being shown that when they discarded you, they thought that that's the end of the relationship, or that's the end of you as a person. Because these people are enabled narcissists, they actually do not feel any pain when they discard someone, or they betray someone, or they leave someone behind, or when someone is crying in front of them, someone is in a very bad situation or a bad condition. They are hardcore, brutal people. Literally, some of them are so brutal. I don't want to use these words in the channeling session, but I have seen enabled narcissists so brutal that the other people who suffer at their hands can literally be in the most horrible, inhuman conditions, and they will not care. And if you want to know about these people, what type of stories I know about enabled narcissists, you can ask me in a personal session also, and I'll tell you. But I have heard of horrifying tales of these people, what they can do. And directly they don't do it, but their behavior, their words, their focus, their energy, their arrogance, they exude arrogance like no one's business. And their words sometimes are like swords, are like knives that can wound people. And believe you me, these are not the words of a spiritual ascensioner. Because when a spiritual ascensioner speaks the truth to someone, they mean only the truth. They speak only the truth. But these enabled narcissists, they use words and phrases that literally activate a shadow side of a person. So there are those enabled narcissists who are in a very bad space, and maybe only God can save them, and it's going to take a long time for them to heal or be in a better place or be in a better position. But there are some who are going to suffer at the hand of karmics. They would have no option but to feel the pain, but to feel the misery and the helplessness. See, because the karmics are even worse than them, or they are a match of them. Okay? So when these people experience pain caused by karmics, that will increase their empathy. You know why they get this? Because they have helped someone in their ascension unknowingly. Unknowingly, they helped you in your ascension. And anybody who is touched by the presence of an ascensioner, by the one who's on spiritual ascension, who is definitely going to get freedom from the cycle of life and death, then everybody around them will get affected or impacted. The only thing is time, and the key is patience. And you as a person, you have to detach. If you're going to continue to be attached with these people, if you're going to continue to think about them on and off, if you cannot control your emotions, if you cannot control your attachment, then this process will lengthen. It will become longer of them going through their karmic baggage or whatever they have collected. Your attachment gives the karmic energy. Your detachment takes the energy from the karmic, and the karmic is bored after that. The karmic is like, what am I doing with this person? I don't love this person. I just want something from them, something material from them. And they are not giving it to me, so they need to give it to me, and I'm going to take it from them because I gave them my time. The karmics are even more non-empathetic. So these people then are literally in the middle. In the middle they are there. Then there is a karmic on the other side, and there's you on the other side. To you, obviously, they cannot have any access. In some cases, the access is gone. Now they have only themselves, and they have the karmic. And as soon as you detach from them, as soon as you become awesome and amazing and you work on yourself, then these people have to witness the karmic's havoc. And when this pain, when they experience this pain, then they go through a feeling of shared understanding. When anyone personally, individually experiences pain or hurt inflicted by others, they get first-hand knowledge of how it feels to be on the receiving end of negative emotions or actions. Earlier, they were giving it to you, so they did not care about it. Now that they are receiving it, they suddenly become aware of what they have done to you also, and what they might be doing to others. And at this point in time, they also start seeing the images or the faces of the narcissistic caregivers who had actually turned them into who they are. They don't have empathy, they don't have modesty, they are not humble. I'm talking about the enabled narcissist. And with time, this increases with their pain, with the karmic pain they go through, with the karmic attachment they go through. They are constantly fulfilling the needs of the karmic. It could be sexually, it could be financially, it could be emotionally, it could be physically. They get tired of doing it. They get burnt out doing it. On a daily basis, they feel like they have to baby someone. And it is all their fault, because they were the ones who were attracted to the karmic in the first place. They were the ones who left a happy relationship, a beautiful person. Maybe the person they were dating, that is you did not have the same physical assets that the karmic possesses. But it does not mean that you're not beautiful. Maybe in their eyes, the eyes of the narcissist, or the eyes of the false lover, or the eyes of the false twin, or the eyes of this person that I'm channeling also in this channeling session. So I'm channeling you and I'm channeling this other person also, right? So maybe They saw that other person to be physically, sexually, and materialistically very attractive. And let me tell you, sometimes it's not just physical beauty, it is also the money the karmic brings in. It is also the opportunities that the karmic is bringing in. It may be the body that the karmic is bringing in. It may be the confidence that the karmic is bringing in. All based on ego. Because the karmic is also relying on materialistic things. What you are bringing in is mind over matter. What they are bringing in is only matter. So this pain that the narcissist goes through, the enabled narcissist goes through, this creates a shared understanding that can foster empathy towards others, towards you, towards others who have gone through similar experience. And they also realize their mistakes sometimes. That's why it creates regret in them. There is an emotional resonance. When they experience the karmic constantly making them so miserable, it makes them sensitive. It sensitizes them to the suffering of other people. And then they can relate with their feelings more deeply. And then they can also relate with the beauty they possess. Because it makes them understand that how much you were doing for them, how much you were caring for them, how much you were loving them, how much you were patient for them, you were so understanding, you were always there for them, you were present for them. So that greed that the enabled narcissist possesses, it's okay, it's wonderful. In the long run, that greed, that arrogance, that blindsidedness, that non-empathy, that zero empathy, lack of empathy, it will be all good in the long run. So then they can connect with others on a more empathetic level and offer support and compassion to those who need it maybe. Or maybe they can see it in you that you were so compassionate, you were so supportive. They will also get a new perspective. They will also cultivate or build resilience, because usually the enabled narcissists are very weak and codependent. A lot of people think that being in narcissistic energies is very good, they're very happy. Actually, that's just a charade. That is all illusion. That is the power of Maya. That is all what the narcissistic people are thriving on. Why do you think they went to the karmics? Because the karmic is also giving them the illusion of love and happiness and support and whatnot, of spiritual ascension. It is important to note that experiencing pain caused by others can enhance empathy, but that's not the only reason. That's not the only factor that contributes to empathy. Empathy is also a combination of personal experiences, upbringing, values, and certain innate characters that you're born with. Innate characteristic traits that you are born with. So I'm channeling you at this moment, whosoever I'm channeling for. You are also born with certain qualities, and I keep saying that nobody is doing anything over here. Nobody is being successful, being this, being that, gaining materialistic success, wealth, whatnot. Everything is happening because of God. The opportunities, the values, even the way God saved you is happening because of the grace that you have of God. So sometimes certain people serve as a catalyst for deepening and expanding our own capacity for empathy. Because I'll tell you, when a lot of people, a lot of these super empaths, unhealed, wounded empaths, ignored narcissists, non-malignant narcissists, when they go through pain by the enabled narcissist, then they also realize that, hey, I need to do inner work. I need to cut out from toxicity. And they start looking for the toxic elements around them in their own atmosphere and surroundings, and they realize that, hey, I got a lot of people around me who also have the same energy. So if I'm attracting this type of person in my life, there are certainly some contributing factors here. But at the same time, because of the grace of masters, because of maybe one of their caregivers was a doer, maybe one of their caregivers also suffered at the hands of the narcissist, and maybe they suffered in a bigger degree. Maybe they're not even around you anymore. Maybe they've just passed over. Maybe they got separated. Maybe they are discarded in a way that they live their own life somewhere else and they have no access to many things. And all of these realizations start opening up your mind, because you start thinking that I'm blaming that person outside of me for hurting me, for using me, but there are so many in my own inner circle who are doing the same thing to me, who have been doing the same thing to me for such a long time. And they have been contributing in my life, in my upbringing, by teaching me these type of things. So basically they are suffering via the karmic so that their empathy increases and they can feel the pain and sadness properly and not run away from it. And this is the key point of this channeling, not run away from it, because what they did to you made you sit and watch your feelings. And now what they're going through, the karmic, will also make them sit and watch it, because the karmic is going to put them in a trap like never before. And they would have no place to run, no place to hide, nowhere to go, but just to face those fears. And they will face those fears, and that is the thing that will make them increase their empathy, and they too will someday or the other walk on the path of ascension. If not now, maybe 3 years down the line, maybe 4 years down the line, or maybe the equal number of years that they put you through pain. Maybe you were suffering for 3 years, not getting out of your room, or maybe 2 years, or maybe 1 year, or maybe there were phases. Say when they left you initially, for the first 1 year, you were in very bad situation. Maybe for 6 months you were in bad situation, and that was a very dark night phase for you, very deep dark night phase for you. But then you started getting out, going out, you made some new friends, you hung out at some places, you maybe traveled alone, you became independent. You also maybe met some people with whom you felt that they could be potential partners, but maybe you were not ready for it. Maybe they were also giving you their heart and soul and everything, but you were not ready for it. So you understand that these things are a part of process, and so you forgive people on the way. You become a better person, a better version of yourself. And in many cases, sometimes when the same people, the same narcissist who had troubled you so much, when they contact you, they ask you for advice or they want to connect with you, you are in much more neutral energies to handle them. You are not that attached, because you have learned detachment, so you're not attached to anyone. So you're not even attached to them or whatever happened in the past. You're more wise. So the whole point of this channeling is that everything happens for a reason and everything is good. But first and foremost, forget anybody. It's we who need to look within and work on ourselves, because if we change, the whole world changes. For personal sessions, situations, and therapies, please check out the description box, because all of my therapies, all of my readings, all the work I do is based on energy, distant energy healing, and intuitive abilities, using spiritual tools and modalities, psychic abilities and gifts, all given by masters and source, not for any personal fun or joy, but only for this work. Everything belongs to them. They get the credit for all this wonderful work that is being shared with you all. If you're 100% sure, you can write to me at my email address, thesunamoon@gmail.com. Kindly do not share your twin flame or star seed or light worker ascension journey with me so far. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.